I hope what people saw from me was that we can make a difference to everyday life. Like, we can help people. You know, we're here at a bus depot, a park and ride here today. Labour mayors can help people with the cost of living through affecting change around transport. So making sure that the bus network works more effectively, that the fares are reduced, and that's the difference that Labour can make in power here in the regions.
And when you talk about the kind of cost of living crisis, clearly it's the number one issue, isn't it, with the people that you represent, but everyone else around the country. What are you seeing on a kind of day-to-day basis where people are frankly struggling?
Yeah, I mean, it's heartbreaking, some of the things that you hear in the stories about people making some really difficult decisions about how they live their lives. It's clear for me that the government aren't doing enough. That's the first thing, and the government could make a significant difference to people's lives if they wanted to. They've chosen not to. But in South Yorkshire, for instance, we're trying to do things like we're extending free park and ride services so that people can park their car for free. We're keeping our 18 to 21 pass so that people can have cheaper bus fares. The things that we can do, we are doing. We need the government to step up and make that change too.
Whereas the Labour Party's position with voters here, you know, the kind of northern wall, if you like, and traditional Labour heartlands. I mean, there is still a sense, we got that, didn't we, in the local elections, that Labour's not won back many of those voters.
Well, I think quite rightly, we're not complacent, and we are showing people, partly through the work that the mayors are doing, partly obviously through the work that Keir and Lisa and others are doing in London, that we're going to deliver for our community. So I think people now are giving us a hearing. I think people are listening to us, and I think people are prepared to give us a chance. But we've got to take that opportunity, and we've got to show people what difference Labour can make. And that's what we're getting on and doing.
Well, but what is that difference? I mean, because many ways the Conservative Party have spent an awful lot of money over the last couple of years. They seem like a centre-left government to many in some regards. What is the differentiation?
Well, they haven't spent an awful lot of money in my community. So in South Yorkshire, we asked for, as part of their Bus Back Better fund, which was supposed to be £3 billion, we asked for £435 million to improve public transport in and across South Yorkshire. They turned us down and didn't give us a single penny, and the fund itself turned out to be just 1.2 billion. So I'm not sure they are spending as much as they would have people believe. What we can do is get on and make a difference to people's lives. So in South Yorkshire, we're working on a clean energy strategy to bring down bills. We're working on the bus franchising assessment so that we can do what Andy Burnham is doing in Manchester and bring buses back under public control. So in all those ways and more, we're trying to get on with the job, but we need a government in London that are going to have as much ambition for us and our communities as we have for ourselves.
And just very finally, people will ask this because we saw in Bristol they decided to vote to get rid of the elected mayor. Why do you think elected mayors are necessary? They're still relatively new. Do you think you and others really do make an actual difference?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we make a huge difference. So the Bristol mayor that was just recently, well, the system that was just voted out, was the city mayor. We're metro mayors. There is a big difference. The metro mayor's job is to have a strategic view of how to develop an economy, how to help communities in the longer term. And I think we can make a huge difference when it comes to that long-term strategic plan for our economies. So things like making sure we have a better economy, not just a bigger economy, making sure that we attract the inward investment, the jobs, the growth in the new industries of the future. That's what we can do as mayors. We can shout about our regions, we can be advocates and champions for our regions. That's what I'm doing in South Yorkshire, and I know that's what the other Labour mayors are doing too.